Boom. Good morning guys, welcome to another video. Today it's a slightly longer winded video and it's me just going through my workout bare bones as we go, and I hope you guys enjoy it. We've got a push workout today. Plan of action is to try and go as heavy as possible on the bench, which for me that's 100 kilos or 225 pounds depending on which part of the planet you're from. But come on guys, let's start working in kilos. It just makes a lot more sense. Anyway, so 3 sets of heavy as I can on that, then going into a bench press machine, which I really love, going for that wide grip, trying to just go to failure, past failure. We'll do a couple more sets of chest exercises, 2 sets of shoulders, which are both going to be lateral raises, one variation or another, depending what's free. And then we're going to smash out triceps to complete the push workout. Right guys, stay tuned, exercises coming your way. Let's go. All right guys, so warm up done. Goal for today is to try and hit 3 sets of between 3 and 5 reps on the bench press, then go over onto the flat bench machine. Gonna go with a really wide grip, try to target the middle chest fibers a little bit more. No spotter today, so we'll see how we go. Oh, I'll take that with 2 weeks left to go in the cut. I always feel like garbage when trying to push heavy on the cut, but I do want to keep my bench as much as I can. Oh, tops off after the warm up, you got to see the pump. You feel absolutely tiny, but you basically just live for the pump when you're on a cut. Flexing in the mirror is what you do. So when you got a shirt on or a hoodie on or something like that, you just feel like you don't lift. And then the hoodie comes off and you're like, okay, there is some muscle left. Right, so first set, really happy with that. Let's try and match that on the second. This is when the cut becomes real, when your first set always feels good. And then after that, you just feel weak. Right. And yeah, we'll be playing it safe on the bench. When we go onto the bench machine, then we can start pushing closer to failure with some partials. Always remember to set up well, engage the lats. Nice arch in the back, make it easy, you know. Alright, let's go. Try not to get too much of a bounce at the bottom. Risky rep. Oh, you know, you can push those safe when you do the reps good with your butt touching the bench, because if you really struggle, just lift your ass off the bench and you'll get the rep up. But ideally you don't want to have to do that, which luckily I didn't, so we're good. Oh. So set up on the bench machine, took the pads out from underneath to get a bit of an extra stretch. Again, really wide, slow eccentrics, pause at the bottom to failure, then some stretch partials, and that's it for the bench. So for me, I don't quite like it that wide, so I just take my pinky finger to try and get it even both sides, rotate my hands. And that feels like a wider grip, comfortable. Pause at the bottom is horrible. That feels like my chest wants to rip off, but that's what we wanted to do. And that's it for the bench. Let's try some isolation stuff. Now we're onto the flies. So if you pay close attention to this one, you'll see my right shoulder blade does weird things, and that's because of that injury. I'm still trying to stabilize through the shoulder blade. Bloody nightmare, but we'll do it. So again, focusing more on the stretch and less on the squeeze. If we're going to pause, it's going to be in that stretch position. And what we'll do, we'll just crank it out. This one, I'm looking for that around the 10 to 12 rep range. We'll see how we go. I'm feeling quite fatigued after the bench press movements. So pro tip for starting this exercise, instead of trying to crank it from that stretch position, go further than what you can actually stretch. Bend your arm and do it on a short lever. And then you can go into a long lever. All right, let's send it.
It's so exciting. Yeah, quite not frenzy. Because normally it's where you're comfortable, where it's can go to front and that.
Oh, I might have blown out the exposure on this one. Sorry, lads. And ladettes, if you're watching. Oh. That burn in the stretch right there. You're living it. Oh. Oh. Absolutely love this machine. The pump's insane, and the pull in that stretch position is absolutely insane. Oh, alright, we'll do 2 more sets of these. Alright, we'll change up the angle on this one. Oh. I tend to try to take a shorter rest on my isolation, so I've only done 1 minute 15 seconds. I feel pretty recovered from it already, so we will, as always, just send it. Slow controlled on the eccentric, and if you're going to pause, as I said, in that stretch. Oh, apologies if the audio is absolute garbage. I'll try my best with the voice isolation. Oh, I really need to stop talking and start counting. The mouth and brain can't function together. Oh, I might have to drop the weights. Oh my goodness. That is good. Always try and push your chest out forward, otherwise your shoulders will take over, which is alright. As I say, my golden rule is for the gym, 80-20, same with diets, same with everything. We need the moderation, so 80% of the set, strict form. The last 20%, send it. Alright, weight down from 72 to 66 kilos. And we'll try and get that 12 clean, and then however many stretch partials we get before I can't move it. Alright, let's go. It's amazing how much lighter that feels. Oh my god, steam.
Okay, right, I see it.
Oh, goodness me. Bit short on my rep range, but overall 12 reps. Chest feels like it's going to rip off. I think I might have to do another isolation, a bit more of a squeeze focus before I go on to an incline press. So let's go and do that. So isolation number 1, we're just going to do incline flies. Try to get a bit more upper chest, and don't worry about some shoulder flexion. The upper chest does carry out the movement of shoulder flexion, which is why narrow grip works well on the bench, which is what we'll do next. So let's do another isolation, let everything recover a little bit. And really try, I'll be moving you around on this one, really try and get that squeeze. Not the greatest strength curve according to science, because we know the stretch range is slightly better, but this is less fatiguing, so hopefully we can hit a nice incline set or two. This is really good for building that mind muscle connection, because you can really feel it, and you're going across the midline, which that should activate the inner fibers a little bit more. Probably went a bit heavy on that one. And let's scoot you guys around. Whew. Moving footage, look at that. First for the channel. You can really feel that pulling. Control the eccentrics. It's also a good activator to pre-fatigue, so you're going to get some of the activation, you'll feel the muscle a bit more, get a bit of a pump before you go into the pressing movement. And I'm juggling in my head, I like to go by feel. I'm juggling in my head, do I do the incline machine, go to failure, stretch partials, or do I jump into the incline bench press, go really narrow, and get that nice range arc to try and hit the upper chest. My fat arm is in the way. I mean, my borderline noodle arm is in the way. You can really see the contraction, so there's not much I can do on this machine. There's not many places to put the camera, but I'll try and move my body around and keep my arm underneath and try and almost push that upper chest up a little bit. Let's see. Apologies for the angles. Yeah, that's still not helping. Let's try that way around. Yeah, that's still not helping. Although I can feel it. I've tried something different on this one, so I've gone up in weight instead of down, and I'm only doing a partial rep, so I'm not going all the way up. Actually, my chest is on fire. That's another key with stretch partials, is you're stronger doing a partial rep, and if you can do a stretch partial and load up the weight more, technically there's more load going for it, so nothing wrong with that. Oh, just a bit. Sorry for the lighting. And half of my face is cut off, but no one wants to see that anyway. Actually, I like this. So really heavy partial rep, big squeeze on the inside, and I'm actually tapping, I'm touching it. Try and build up my muscle connection, just give a bit of proprioception to the area. All right. Well, I'm feeling pretty good, although the lighting's pretty crap. There's a great spot of lighting in the gym. It's like the lighting gods just shone on that area, but there's a guy in it right now, so when it's free, we'll do a pump check. Right, I've decided incline bench, so let's go do it. Change of plan. Bench is occupied, so we're going onto the machine. Sorry it's so dark. The one downside of being pale, although there are many, is that when you have down lighting like this, and you get everything else in exposure, your wires are shining like a fridge in the sun, so it just blows out the whole image, so apologies. Hopefully we'll be able to see some chest activation. Again with this, trying to keep narrow grip and try get that arc. So this machine's quite nice, it's on a lever, so you do get a bit of an arc. So lift the seat up a bit higher for upper chest, grip a bit closer together, keep the same chest position as always. And then try get a little bit of shoulder involvement, try get a little bit of shoulder flexion. And as always, pause in the depth, pause in the stretch.
Yeah. So many different moves. So,
Yeah, so always spot there.
yeah, that's to reach it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, on that incline press, narrow grip, try to get my face in the sun, or in the sun on the down lighting. That narrow stretch under there, you can almost see the fibers going longer, where these ones aren't as long as a wide grip versus a shorter distance, this is a longer distance. If you've got no idea what I'm talking about, I released a bench press secret video, which is all about grip width, and some nice new evidence to show that actually makes quite a big difference. So I'll link that at the end of this one. Definitely go check it out. And let's send it. Yeah, so in that full day of eating, Mackie's video, if that video gets 50 likes, my missus is gonna fake tan me. Hopefully make filming a bit easier.
You can do it, just on the
And look, less pale, less pasty.
Yes, because if the weight's going to yes.
Then I can be called Physio Pete, not Pasty Pete. This is a 20%. Crank the rep up. Right, let's go do some shoulders. So, I've seen something I've very rarely seen in my gym. Mine's not a commercial gym, it's like a little warehouse gym, spit and sawdust. But everyone here can do maths, so they can count in numbers of 2 and they can put weights in the right place. But this is a rare occasion, one of the first times in months I've seen someone leave their weights out. So pro tip, put your weights away, and even more of a pro tip, if you see someone else's weights out, put them back. You know why? It gives you a forearm pump, and if you carry them with a flexed arm, you get a bit of a bicep pump even on a push day or a leg day. And who doesn't like a bicep pump? So let's pop these back. See? Just like that. Get the bicep vein popping. Oh, and they're even in the wrong place on the, oh goodness. We must have had someone who really struggles with basic arithmetic on this one. Alrighty, and there we have it, weight tree sorted, arm pump check. Fantastic, although it disappears really quickly until you carry a weight and then the vein pops out again. But, all right, let's crack on with shoulders, some lateral raises. The rule is 80-20, I've gone quite light, so 10 kilos. And yeah, we crank out lateral raises until we fail. So let's go. Try to keep the form as strict as you can when you can, and then just let whole break loose. You can even bend your arms a bit to shorten the lever. Oh, it's horrible. But today we're just going to be doing lateral delts. I don't know why people call it medial delts. Medial is according to the anatomical position, which is standing like that. And unfortunately, lateral is outside. Yes, it's in between your anterior and posterior deltoid, but a medial deltoid would sit under there. So yeah. We definitely call them lateral delts. Anyway, moaning over, we'll get on to the next set. Favorite pastime when cutting is posing in the mirror. Have a look at that shoulder pump. Both sides. The lighting here is decent, not the best spot in the gym, but I mean, the abs are looking absolutely insane. Let's have a quick look at the chest pump. So decent. Happy with the striations. and give him a bounce if you need to. But yeah, I mean, who doesn't love posing in the mirror between sets, trying to practice your on-stage routine? Not that I'll ever step on stage, but hey, we can always try. Right, let's send it, last set. And then we're gonna go on to the machine for lateral raises. So 2 failure, stretch partials, filthy reps. And that's how we're gonna work it. Cheat reps. Even when you're cheating, we're going to go into eccentrics now. Don't shrug. Keep the traps out. So cheat. Oh, slow eccentric. That's horrible. Oh, all right. Oh, that is disgusting. But we're getting some nice shoulder striations. Can I switch them on with my brain? Make them jiggle a little bit. I don't think I've ever had striations like that. And yeah, I know I'm not massive, but come on, we can all appreciate when you do progress in something, get a bit leaner, get a bit stronger, build some muscle. You've got to enjoy looking in the mirror, guys. You can't look in the mirror and say, oh I'm tiny because I don't look like Sam. So look, it's not going to work like that. You've got to look in the mirror, compare yourself to yesterday and the day before that. And every day you get into the gym, you train hard, you train your ass off. And I've been training for 9 years. And I know I'm not massive, but I've got some muscle mass at least. I've tried so many angles on this. There's just no good angle on this machine. So I'm sorry, apologize in advance, but we'll send it out 3 sets to failure, partials on this one. I love this machine. Again, it's a bit split and sawdust, a bit of damage to the machine, but you know what? We don't come in here to look at how good the quality of the machines are. We come in here to absolutely send it and try and get massive. Because the quality of the movement on this machine, all I'm feeling is my delts. I'm not feeling any scapular muscles, so no traps, no left scap, no rhomboids. All the ones that normally help out on a lateral raise. And a pro tip from Jeff Cavalier, I've got too heavy, is to try and picture like you're reaching under a fence, keep your traps right out of it. Oh, right, 50 was too heavy, but love the machine. We'll do 2 more sets there. Weight has been dropped. We'll try a side angle, but I have a feeling it's going to jump focus onto this one, so sorry. I'll try to keep looking at it, so if it gets my eye, it's not going to shift focus. Nope. Oh, pump's insane. But yeah, training this deep into a cut, oh man. You start off so pumped, and then it's just like brick wall, smash. Last set, let's end it again. Just failure. Last set of shoulders for today. Just lateral delts because it's chest focused. Slippery when wet sign. That's a dangerous thing in the gym. Right, let's go. At least it's in front of the male change room. Oh, as Uncle Roger would say, sorry children. Yes. Oh, quick Maya match. Not that I counted the reps in the first one, but a couple of minutes of seconds rest. Crank out a few more. Alright, that's all for shoulders. Just triceps, so we'll hop onto the cable for those. We're onto triceps, which means cable pushdowns, nice and strict form. Really try and compress that elbow joint, which means we'll get extra stretch on the long head or overheads. We're going to do two options. We're going to do down by the side, straight knee, and overhead straight knee. Basically, the long head attaches above the shoulder joint. So if you want it more on a stretch, you've got to get it up and above your shoulder. You want it more contracted, you want to get it back. So I've opted with the V shape, nice fat grips. I feel like I get a better mind muscle connection with them. Ditch the ropes, you can go heavier on that or bar. I quite like the bar, but this is better. So I've gone pretty heavy, two plates off a full stack, which this machine's not a heavy stack, so that's just making me feel strong. But right, let's send it. If anything, let your elbows drift back as you come up so they don't drift forward. You don't want to turn this into a lat exercise. Pause at the top as long as there's still tension on the cable. And if you lean slightly forward, I'll explain afterwards. Right. Oh, so if you lean slightly forward and your elbows are back and you're compressed, if you look at the angle of my arm to the angle of the cable, it's closer to 90 degrees, whereas if I'm back like this, it's greater than 90. The cable's going to be hardest at 90 degrees to the range of movement, or to the cable. So when your forearm's 90 degrees to the cable, so like that, that's going to be heaviest in the stretch. Easiest down there, there's almost no tension down there. So we want the tension in the stretch position of the rep. There's not many angles to play with on this one. We've got a mirror and a wall right there, so unlucky guys. We're pretty similar to the last one, but I've brought you around so you can see more of the facials as I work my way through the set. Right, let's get sending. Oh. And now remember, the triceps are already pre-fatigued from all the pressing movements. Slow eccentrics are horrible. I have to go lighter. For the last set, I got you looking at me through the mirror. So let's see. Get the right side, that's the best side, let's be real. The left side's lacking. Let's see how this comes out. Right, last set, again, failure, stretch partials, you know the business. I've gone lighter for this one. Oh, the lighting's terrible on this right side. It's amazing how much lighting makes a difference. Oh, I'm out of steam. Oh, goodness me. Right. Last exercise, I think I'm going to do 2 sets. I am training faster, right? I got work straight after this. I now know intermittent fasting's not magic, doesn't get you shredded. But I hope this, words coming out. This late into a cut, I find that I get really hungry later in the day. So save my calories for then. I've got a meal straight after this. 50 grams of protein, so that should be enough to cover it. And no, it's not a shake, it's an actual meal, plus the bake. And then lunch, and I'm on the late shift tonight, so I'll only get home around 8 o'clock. I need some snacks in between. Last 2 sets, we're doing cable overhead, tricep extensions. A lot of people will come down and almost turn it into a bit of a pressing movement. Try keep your elbows as back as possible, just to keep as much stretch on as possible. All right, so let's go. Oh. So you want to be there, locking the elbows out. Try keep them forward, don't let them flare too much. And then pressing up overhead. It's a lot harder to keep them still in this position. So really focus on it. Again, this is going to be hardest at the stretch range, easiest up at the top. Gone too heavy. I had to unfold out of that one. I went far too heavy there, so. Right, one more set of those. I don't know if I'm going to get cancelled for this one. We've got some definitely recognisable music on. Hopefully the voice isolation can get rid of it. But when your spitting sawdust, meathead gym, mold on the ceilings, rust everywhere, starts playing the TikTok song for half naked women dancing around, you got to start worrying. Right, I'm going to get in trouble with the missus for that. She'll go, how do you know that song? It's from all the memes, I promise, it's all the memes. Right, let's send it. Whew. Oh, the isolation's not going to be able to get rid of human voices. Cue a backtrack of music. Oh. Oh, I'm so out of energy. Some squat help. Slow eccentrics. Nope. Oh my goodness, that's horrible. Right. Whew. Workout completed. Alright guys, let's hit a pump check. Take the take the microphone off. No, I can just magnet it to that, see if that works. That's probably not the greatest audio, but hey ho. So feeling lean. We'll do that. So feeling fairly lean. Chest pump's feeling pretty good. Shoulder pump, fairly decent. There, the tricep pump. That's probably a bit close, but yeah. So we're not feeling too bad. The lighting is not elite in this spot, but yeah, striations coming through, if you can see them. Abs on point. So yeah, cut's going really well. Physique pump pretty good. I wish I had the elite spot, but that was taken unfortunately, and not even by a gym bro. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe down below. I really appreciate it. It would mean a lot to me if you do. And if you haven't already seen, I'll pop my Mackey's video right up there, full day of eating. And if that gets 50 likes, the missus gets to do a fake tan on me. And then I've got the bench press secret, which I've mentioned earlier on in this video. So check that out. And all support is much appreciated, and stay tuned for the next one.